The camera was my passport, that I managed to do a whole lot of things out of just being a photographer. Being a photographer, and then you have to have subjects. Loving music, loving jazz especially, that became my first passion. So I'll document that environment with my camera. A film is a very hard tool to use because lighting might not be right on stage, so you can't preview and see what you shot. But I still like that discipline because then that pushes me to, do you know what you're doing on stage when you're shooting on stage? And then when I get back home, then I'll develop my film. Then I will go through them again, and I know what I have. I don't need a digital camera to, tell me, because I shoot it with an artistic way,
For me, photography is just absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. It's a reminder of what had happened, and it's that moment in time that maybe we felt on stage that is only personal to us, but when you see it through the eyes of a good photographer like Spiwe, then somebody else might actually get that feeling that you had when you were performing on stage. But also maybe the flip of that would be, ooh, this is such a cool photo of Ziza. Let me go and listen to her music. Let me see what this person is about. So I think it's magic, and I think it's very important.
I didn't want to shoot jazz as a spectacle. It was an art form for me. It was personal. So I photographed jazz, especially using black and white film, because color distracts. You see beauty. I want to see beauty when I see the soul of a person that is playing music. You feel the soul, you feel the music, and you connect with the person.
Sometimes you come off a gig, and exactly like I said, you sort of do your thing, you share your heart and your soul with the audience. But then you come off stage, and the next day specifically, I'm sure every artist can back me on that, you're kind of feeling a little bit drained, because you've just done this gig, you shared yourself with everyone. And then that photo of Spiwe's comes up, and you go, wow, that really was a good gig. I really enjoyed myself. And it's part of documenting history, so it's essential. And to have someone not only talented and skilled, but passionate, that's always a great combination.
My theme now is just like I draw. I like silhouettes. I like highlights on the edges of a frame, which I suppose maybe that's my thing of it, because I love to draw rather than take pictures.
There's one outside the orbit where I'm just standing with my hands in the pocket with this coat I had, and he took a photo of me smiling at somebody across the street, and it's just a profile photo, and I usually hate my profile. And I'm just standing there smiling to this person who snapped the photo. It's absolutely my favorite. I can't really use it for like PR because, it doesn't really show my face, but I know it's me. It's just that moment, that like magic of I saw something and I smiled and he snapped at that second. And so that's my photo.
With jazz as a very dedicated genre of music, it needs its own dedicated people that's why I took my jazz, my photography, into that space. So you become an extra. When somebody says, no, this is a trio, no, it's not a trio, it's a quartet. There's a photographer. He's also part of the band. So you bring that in, you know. I mean, I have a lot of sleeves where you have your name mentioned, not only as a photographer, as one of us. And that for me is a reward that, you know, surpasses them all.
Spiwe has done so much work amongst us as musicians and has brought our performances to a larger audience who were not even at those gigs. And often when people see these pictures, they want to know what was happening here. And then one is able to retell the tale or the story of that particular performance. His way of photographing is very interesting in that he is less obstructive in his approach. You know, you would be amazed when you see the image to think, what angle did he come from? I mean, I've seen him under pianos, behind lights, and not trying to interfere with what is happening on stage. Always trying to find a way to circumvent any form of interference, but make sure that he gets images that are amazing. And sometimes I ask him, man, where were you standing when you took this? Because I cannot see between the wall where I was and how you took this image. That is how creative he is, but also how sensitive he is towards the musicians on stage, towards the audience also, not to not to obstruct them or obstruct their view of seeing the show. So yeah, he's a genius in that sense.
Old school, when you shoot film, you only circle the image that you need at the time, and you file the rest. So I decided to go through the negatives and then check every single one of them. Poof, it blew me off, and I felt, I think I should have an exhibition of this work. So with what my theme was like, I'm capturing expressions of these artists on stage, and hence I call my exhibition Expressions.
I had never seen a statesman in any exhibition, and many jazz guys, many elderly people, it shows that Spiwe's work is special, and Spiwe is highly regarded as one of the best,
I invited friends in the industry, writers, critics, photographers, to give a talk on jazz. So we had what you called couch sessions, where we interact with the community and then share our knowledge in jazz. I did that, which was very successful, and just hoping that I will do it annually. We couldn't do it now because now there's COVID-19, everything is on hold. But I think in future I'll be able to do it again.
There are pictures of the jazz greats, Winston Mankunku, captured by Spiwe, You can tell, he must have been doing Yakalinkom. There's something about people who know how to capture artists,
Me having that exhibition was like, okay, let me highlight to you the gem, the beauty of this country, the jazz artists that we have that you don't appreciate. You see them going by every day. Let me put these people, let me make beautiful imagery, sizable, and hang them in a gallery so that you reflect that these are the people that you have. Can you just appreciate them more?
Usually as independent artists, we don't have all the resources to capture and package what we do well. And Spiwe has come through so many times doing photo shoots and helping us prepare footage that we use on stage when we perform. and for that I'm truly grateful. And I love the fact that Siphiwe captures all kinds of artists, from new entry artists to well-established artists. And for me, that's a sign of really a passionate storyteller more than just a photographer.
When I received a call from Mantwa at Joy of Jazz, which I've been shooting maybe more than 20 years, to say we want to reward you or award you for you being part of us. And I said, what do you mean? I didn't enter any competition. They said, no, it's not a competition. You being where you are, we want to acknowledge you. So we want to give you an award for that. That changed the whole thing. And I felt, wow, somebody's recognizing what I'm doing. And that I took it well. And then even the support that I got from other fellow jazz musicians was out of this world. And that was great for me. That's probably one of the greatest highlights I have.
So when the jazz space or the jazz fraternity honors someone for being a good storyteller within the space, it's very, very special. So when Siphiwe was honored at the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz last year, it's a moment that many of us looked at and felt it was well deserved, and it was a long time coming. I think there are very few of us that have not been captured by Siphiwe's lens, and we love him for that.
I don't see photography as a job. I do it with a passion that every day. It's not conditional that I do it today, I don't do it tomorrow. I just love it.